Hi, I'm Allie. Um, I am a Christian. I'll get into a little bit of my history in a different video, but I have the gift of prophecy, and I think it's time, with all of the darkness that is encroaching, to open up and tell my story and spread what God has shared with me. Um, he's given me a few visions over the past 15 years. My first one was when I was 16. Um, it was the the most vivid of all of the visions that I've been given. Um, I guess it's a good place to start. So, um, I had my third baptism when I was like 14 or 15. I can't remember exactly. In the moment of when that happened, I had no idea of what that was. The third baptism wasn't something that I would actually read about or hear about until probably like 2 years ago. But I knew in that moment when it happened that it was significant and that it was important. For anyone who doesn't know what a third baptism is, it's when the Holy Spirit is actually like put into you. And it's a very defining moment. It's if it happens to you, you can't pretend like that didn't happen. It's a fantastic feeling. It's almost like being on fire but cold at the same time. It's difficult to explain. Like I almost felt like I was electrified, but that was just the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit's how I know that I'm doing the right thing versus not right thing. If if the Holy Spirit is revolting within me, it's almost like trying to claw its way out of my skin. Like I can feel it angry under my skin. It's difficult to explain if you've never felt that. But when I'm on the right path, it is a happy energy that flows along my bones and my skin. And again, it's like you're cold, like you get the goosebumps, but you're also warm. And it's just an energy under your skin that you can't really, words can't describe it. But yeah, so that is the third baptism with the Holy Spirit. Had that around 14 or 15, can't remember exactly when. Um, and then when I was 16, I had my first dream. And in this dream, um, I'm I come to and I'm kind of in this field, in a field of wheat. There are big, beautiful mountains in front of me, and I look behind me and there's another set of big, beautiful mountains. Now I'm looking east. So these mountains are running north to south. And then I noticed that in front of me was a woman. She had her back to me. And I don't know how, but I kind of knew that it was the future me. Like in the moment, I was like, okay, that's either the future me or a younger version of my mom. And everyone says that I am the spitting image of my mom. So I know that it was the future me. And we're standing in this field, big, beautiful mountains all around us, bigger than I thought mountains could be. Um, and then all of a sudden, I got this gut feeling that something bad was going to happen, that we needed to go. And then the earth started shaking. Biggest earthquake I've ever felt. And I'm yelling at her, I'm like, hey, we gotta go. And she doesn't hear me, or she's ignoring me. And she's looking towards the east, She's got her shoulders back, squared. She's ready to face whatever's coming. And then the dream kind of skips and she's gone. But this great gray cloud, black cloud, comes out of the east and eventually covers the entire sky. And I remember looking back to the west and the sun was setting, and the sun is covered by this black cloud. So, and then I wake up. That's all the more the dream was. But when I woke up, I knew that I had seen something significant. Now, revelation isn't something that my family ever talked about. It's not something my church ever talked about. I had no idea that there was an end of time. But when I woke up, I knew I needed to read Revelation because I knew that I had seen at least a portion, a moment in the end of time. So I found my dad's Bible and I started reading. And what I found was that I believe I saw the sixth seal being opened. So what is that? So Revelation 6:12. I watched as the sixth seal was opened. There was a great earthquake, so I felt that, and the sun turned black like sackcloth. And I saw that. The whole moon turned blood red. I did not see that. That was not in my dream. And the stars in the sky fell to the earth. That was also not in my dream. The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up in chapter 6:14. I believe that is the heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up. I believe that is the rapture. That is all of God's people being taken from the earth. And I believe that is when his Holy Spirit is going to leave. And everyone that is left is going to know a world without any light, without any semblance of God, because we will all be gone. We will all be with him. And then if you go to Mark 13, okay, and then if we go to Mark 13:24, but in those days the following distress. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. At that time, people will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. And he will send his angels to gather his elect from the four winds and from the ends of the earth to the ends of the heaven. So we see that the sun will be darkened, the moon won't give its light, the stars are going to fall from the sky. That is pretty much, not word for word, but almost verbatim to that Revelation passage. And it ends with, and he will send his angels and gather his elect. So again, I think that is the rapture. I do believe in a mid to late trip rapture. I do not believe that we will be raptured before the tribulation. But yeah, that was my first vision. And so I had that when I was 16, and then I went to college. I fell away from the faith. I did not like the dream. I knew that it meant the end, and I ran from it. I was angry about it. I was angry at God about it. I didn't want this life to end. I wanted to live my life. So I turned away from him. I went to college. I started sipping on the juice that, all colleges are giving out now. I went to parties, just bad decision after bad decision. And I, yeah, for 8 years, 8 years I lived that life. And then my husband is from Montana originally, and we moved to Montana in February of 21. Um, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. Love it here. But that's not about this. So we move in 21, and then in the summer of 23, we were driving from Bozeman to Helena, and we're in that valley that's just south of Helena. And I look to my right, and we've got these big, beautiful mountains on either side of us, running north and south. And I look east, and there's that mountain. That mountain from my dream is now in front of me. I can't explain the feelings that I felt in that moment of like, oh man, that's actually going to happen. This is real. I'm actually staring at my dream right now. And I look west, and that mountain is also there. So I don't know what field in that valley this will happen, but I found where I will be raptured. I found the mountains from my dream that I had when I was 16, and I found them when I was 29. And that was terrifying to wake up to that reality. But also it, brought me back to God. I came running back, let me tell you. There was no question in my mind after that. So ever since then, I ordered a Bible. I try to read every day. Not great at that, but getting better. Um, yeah, try to ground myself. During COVID, I went through a lot everyone went through difficult times, but being a respiratory therapist working at a large hospital, I went through I went through a lot. And since I've come back to Christ, I've been able to give him my heart and my soul, give him all of my struggles, and he has healed me. He healed my heart so much more than I ever thought would be possible. I tr- oh, excuse me. I tried therapy for 2 years. I tried all these different things, self-help books, and nothing. All of that was a fraction of what God did within my heart in 6 months. I gave it to him, and he healed me, and he's turned me into the human that I'm supposed to be. And I still have some growing to do, but I'm at least on the right track now, and I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, that was my inaugural vision. Um, the start of this all. There have been a few more that I will talk about later date. Let's see if this goes to anywhere. I might be talking to no one right now. I might, if it's meant to be, God will make sure that the right people see this. So we'll see. Bye, y'all.